Welcome back to the channel, and today we are doing some more You Draw I Build, where I take drawings that people have submitted in my Discord and I try to recreate them in Scrap Mechanic and see if they turn out as expected. And first up, by CrazyBird199, we have a very large and non-suspicious button. So by the looks of it, there's a large red button that is on top of a piece of suspension, and when that suspension compresses, there is a sensor. And who knows what that sensor is going to do? This doesn't really say, but one can only assume. So let's build this and see what ends up happening here. We're basically building an explosive pressure plate. Spoilers. In case you weren't already aware of what's going on here. Okay, so we've got our explosives, we've got our sensor, we need our there's our suspension. Now let me build a square around this. I appreciate the cutaway image. All right, I got all the dimensions. Now I'm adding the oh so important wedges, which are gonna definitely keep the aesthetic of this thing and just keep it much more professional and superior, higher quality. All right, and it appears that a key part of these wedges is the paint job as well. We gotta have this caution style paint job. I don't know why you gotta be cautious around this very large non-suspicious button, but I guess we're gonna find out soon enough. All right, now for the actual button part. I don't know if concrete is gonna be too heavy. I did upgrade the suspension a little bit. Okay, there we go. That actually seems pretty decent. Let me just lower it until, you know what? It's on the lift, so none of this actually matters. Gotta take it off the lift to see if it actually compresses. Okay. Oh, is it getting stuck? It should be able to compress an entire block. Maybe we just need something heavier on it. But this sensor needs to be able to detect. Okay, there we go. So 2 blocks. And then this should trigger when we press the non-suspicious button. This blueprint conveniently left out some information on what is supposed to happen when the sensor triggers. They probably left it out in case it got into the hands of anybody nefarious. They didn't want them to be able to, you know, finish the blueprint. You know, they said that sometimes Da Vinci, when he created his crazy war machines and stuff, that he intentionally made it look like they weren't going to work in the blueprint so people couldn't steal his ideas and then use them when he didn't want them to. And that's probably what's happening here. But I think I have the crucial piece of information, which I don't know if I'll be able to share it with you guys actually. Oh no, I actually can't fit this crucial piece of information in here. Okay, problem solved. So now when this sensor hooks up to this, everything should go to plan. I gotta be very careful with this. This could trigger at any moment. All right, red button. All right, there it is from the top. Looks pretty good compared to the drawing. Now let me save it before anything bad happens. All right. So, oh no, I didn't. Gentle. Okay, there we go. You gotta be careful dropping this thing off the lift. All right, so now let's take a car and drive this over. Can I even do this? The pressure plate it's kind of high off the ground. I'm gonna have to delete my my bumpers here, or just get a better car. There we go. This car will do it. All right, very non-suspicious button here. I wonder what's gonna happen if I drive up onto the very non-suspicious button. All right, there we go. That kind of worked as intended. Wow, everything's gone. There's not even any debris left. That was a much more deadly button than I expected. All right, one more try on it, just because I wasn't even ready for that last one. It just happened out of nowhere. All right, come on. There we go. Hello, button. This is what makes the button. So, oh, why is it? It just doesn't go, and then it does all of a sudden. There's no logic to it. And this is the good old Scrap Mechanic friction issues. Okay, up next by Frigus, an interesting mode of transportation here. This is a piston-powered wheel that you have no control over. Let it take you on a mystery vacation. So by the looks of it, there's just a round thing where the seat is attached in the middle to a free-floating bearing, so we're gonna stay upright. And then every 90 degrees, there is a piston and a sensor. And each sensor is hooked up to a piston on 90 degrees away from it, so it should cause the piston to push straight down. I don't know if this is gonna work. It will work. I'll make it work. It's just about the sensor settings. The sensor distance is gonna make this work or not work. All right, I'm gonna go with this one. I think this is big enough for me to fit a seat in the middle. Okay, so the way that I'm going to do this is I'm gonna put a piston there and put a piston there, which means I put a piston there, and then I gotta put one right up there. There we go. And then I'm gonna put high friction blocks on these pistons. This actually makes my life easier, flipping this over like this. All right, so now the sensor, I am going to put a sensor here. There we go. I'm just gonna put a sensor facing straight out from the center. I don't know what setting I need the sensor on. So this wheel is gonna be rotating in this direction based on where the pistons are pushing. So that means that this sensor has to hook up to this piston, this one up to that one up to that one, and that one up to that one. I'm gonna put all of these on maximum, and I'm just gonna put them on fast. We're just gonna have these pistons extend as fast as they can go to give us the most momentum, I hope. I think this wheel will have a defined max speed. The faster it goes, the less time the sensors are gonna have to react, which is then gonna slow it down. So we're probably gonna cap out at a pretty reasonable speed. All right, so now you can see when this sensor trigger, oh, that is really fast. But what distance should the sensors be on? I'm gonna go with like 5. Let's just stay 5 at first. So now as the wheel rotates around, it'll just push. Yeah, that's why you definitely want 5, because as soon as the sensor gets off contact with the ground, it's going to retract the pistons. We want it to be extended for more than just when the sensor is on the ground. All right, so I will duplicate this because this is also going to be on the other side. Oh no, there it goes by itself. It's working. Whoops. I didn't think about the fact that it's just gonna start going, isn't it? I'm just gonna weld you right like... Is that right? No, that's not right. This is the wrong side. Oh, dang it. Okay, hold on. No. I just need to get... Stop. I need to get this side. You fall over, and then... No, not this direction. That direction. Go fall over that. No, I need this side. Dang it. Oh, no, this one's going. No, stop. But all of you, everybody just stop what you're doing. I just need... Did I get it? Okay, I got it. Now they are together. Man, this thing is just... It has a mind of its own. Okay, bearing goes there. And then this is where I'm going to attach my seat. Okay, so now when I take this off the lift, it should take me on a mystery vacation. Here we go. It is working as you intended. This actually is working pretty well. However, the seat part is not working the best. My seat is definitely not as level or stable as I think the drawing was implying. Actually, no, it's settled in. Look at this, it's settled in. Look, here's, we're gonna go strict follow camera. This is what the ride is like. In case you ever wanted to go on a mystery vacation with a YDIB sponsored creation, a YDIB sponsored vehicle, then this is what the ride is gonna feel like. Have you been wanting a vacation lately? Well, hop on the Frigus piston powered wheel. Only seen here in YDIB. Where you're gonna go? It's a mystery. Act now and we'll cover the costs of the lawsuit or something. I don't know. Okay, up next by CrazyBird199 again. I actually did not know until just right now that I picked 2 separate submissions from the same person. I only look at the drawings. I don't look at the names until I actually record the video. Well, I guess CrazyBird had some crazy ideas today, and this idea is squishy wheels. Well, okay, hopefully it's gonna be a better wheel experience than that one. Not that it's a bad wheel experience, it's just, I don't know if the mystery vacation is such a great selling point. All right, but the squishy wheels, it's a similar concept where we're gonna be having wheels that have pistons that are detecting when they're on the ground. But this time, it's pretty much the opposite, actually, now that I'm looking at it. When the sensor detects the ground, it actually causes the piston to contract instead of expand. So it is actually the complete opposite of what we just did. So, interesting contrast. And great detail in the drawing, by the way. He drew the logic gates and everything. All right, so we got our central block here. And then off of each central block is going to be a logic gate. Now the symbol here looks like an XOR gate, but the function says it inverts the signal, which I think is the NOR gate. So I'm gonna go with the NOR gate. I think that makes the most sense. All right, and then on the NOR gate is the pistons. And then I believe the NOR gate is going into each piston, but we actually need something to go into the NOR gates. Oh wait, we need the sensors. The sensors go into the NOR gates. So now there are sensors on the ends of each of the pistons, and if those sensors go into the NOR gates, you can see the NOR gates are on, which should cause the pistons to expand. And by the looks of it, I'm gonna say that's like, I'm gonna go with 5 blocks. Now, I don't know how fast we want these to act yet. So now you can see by default, they are expanded. And now if I take this and I attach like 3 of them offset from each other, 30 degrees each, is that gonna work? Yeah, it's not. Oh, yeah, that looks good. That looks pretty good. All right, so now you can see when the sensor detects, when the prong is on the ground, it'll actually compress that side of the piston, but maybe it should be a little bit more than just 1 sensor or 1 block distance for the sensor. But you know, let's put a couple of these on a creation and see how that feels. This might actually be a pretty laggy creation. Okay, here they are. Is this gonna work? Oh, this is weird. This is really weird. Okay, now I actually have to hook up everything. All right, I felt like electric engines were gonna be the best. Let's see. Oh, hold on, let's turn off that. All right, let's see how this feels now. Okay, they definitely, well, yeah. Oh my goodness. I just realized I want to change all the settings on the pistons, and that's a lot of pistons to change the settings on. Oh no. All right, but if I go even slower, so this is kind of what we're looking at a more reasonable speed. It is interesting. All right, let's go ahead and change all the pistons to medium speed. Oh no, this is going to take so long. I think I did it. I hope I got all of them. They should respawn much. Oh, this is bad. Oh no. You know, I just realized I need to change all the sensors now so that they actually cover the distance of the pistons themselves pretty much. So I just gotta do all that again on the sensors. Okay, I think I did them all. I think that's everything. Okay, I think that's a good sign, what we're seeing. Oh yeah, look at that. So now we're still going super slow, but now none of the pistons even have an opportunity to hit the ground in their extended state, which is kind of silly. These are actually really fun. This is a really fun creation. All right, let me just go up 1 notch at a time. We'll see how it ends up feeling. Okay, this is an interesting feeling. All right, now let's go up 1 more. This is where it's actually gonna start going faster than the pistons can respond. Okay, interesting. I don't know what the intended result is for something like this. Okay, now this is just weird. This is really weird here. This is another weird one. Huh, I don't know, like, if this is working as intended. We should go somewhere with some uneven terrain and test these things out. It doesn't feel the way you think it should. It looks like there's just a weird, I don't know how to describe it. It's like when you take a loose object, like a loose string or something, and then you spin it up around a thing, it bends on one particular part of the rotation. All right, I've made it to my favorite off-roading spot for testing off-road based creations. I'm definitely gonna lower the engine speed, and we're just gonna see what ends up happening as I try to traverse. This doesn't feel good. This does not feel good at all. I mean, it kind of looks okay. I've definitely had better experiences on these hills here. It's kind of like exactly what you don't want wheels to do. The wheels are essentially trying to escape the ground. Like that's pretty much what we programmed into this. They're like sea anemones that when you try to touch them, they are like barnacles. When you try to touch them, they contract back into their, sea anemones and barnacles. It just does not seem like the right programming for a wheel. I just feel like wheels shouldn't have programming, maybe. Maybe that's the lesson that we can take away from this, is wheels maybe shouldn't have programming. Maybe we just don't need to reinvent the wheel. All right, well, squishy wheels and piston-powered wheels, maybe not the wheels of the future. Okay, up next is an interesting one here. This is by Spiralon, and this is the thrust cannon, which I don't know if this has any hope of working. So by the looks of it, there is a thruster at the back of the cannon, and the projectile, being the seat with us in it presumably, is all the way up at the end of the barrel. When we press a button, it will turn on the thrust while simultaneously detaching the thruster and detaching the seat. So then the thruster will shoot up and hit the seat at the end of the barrel, thus shooting us like a cannon, or potentially not really doing anything and just slamming into us and we just have a bad time. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I want to find out. This is basically like a very short Rube Goldberg cannon. All right, time to get building. So we got this. We got a bearing here. We got a controller hooked up to that bearing. Did you tell me how many degrees? Well, 45 degrees should probably be the obvious setting, but let's get to that in a minute. All right, so now we've got the bottom of the cannon. Now, in the bottom of this cannon is going to be a spud gun, and this spud gun is going to be shooting a cardboard block. Attached to this cardboard block is going to be the thruster. So the thruster does look like it has a material on the end of it. I'm going to give it a frictionless block. I think that's going to be our best bet for this thing to have any hope of working. So there we go. We got some frictionless block. Let's give ourselves a max power thruster on this thing. Okay, good. Now we need a seat at the end of this. This seat is also going to be attached to a cardboard block. Oh, this seat is, ooh, this seat is wider than the thruster. The seat is 4x4, whereas the thruster is 2x2, which means I could just have a lot more thrusters and increase the chances of this having a good impact. Yeah, we got 4 times the power now. See, I just think that the thrusters are probably going to end up getting stuck in here, but we'll just have to find out. Oh, I built this I did not build this right. It should still work. All right, and then the seat goes on that platform. I didn't make this very long, but yeah, I think it should be okay. All right, so now this switch will trigger all of the thrusters, as well as that spud gun, and it is hooked up to the seat. I think that should work. All right, then I set this on 45 degrees in the other direction, please. There we go. Place your bets. Is this gonna work or no? All right, I just gotta hop in the seat. Oh boy, I'm excited. You excited? All right, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, blast off. Holy cow, it actually kind of worked. Not bad. Not bad at all. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting it to work that well. I kind of thought I was just gonna fall out of the end of it, but that had some pretty decent power to it. I think the fact that I put 4 thrusters instead of 1 was definitely a good choice. All right, you know what? Good thing I saved it, so I can just weld it back in and we can do another try just to see how consistent it is. All right, and 3, 2, 1, blast off. That one wasn't quite as good, but yeah, see, my other one was way in that bush over there. You know what? We got blast off either way. It is a thrust cannon. Okay, and last up on the list by It's Latomic is a spud gun powered boat, which I don't think will work in theory because I've tried to have a paddle powered boat in Scrap Mechanic, and water physics and Scrap Mechanic don't really work that way. But I am curious how viable it is to use spud gun power to translate to rotational momentum, because I know that we can do that at least with our handheld spud gun. Do a quick demonstration here. So if I take this, you can see I can clearly cause this to spin by doing that. But I actually don't know the answer to this if it's a mounted spud gun on the same creation, because I know that Scrap Mechanic sometimes treats its own creation differently than a creation separate from you. Like sometimes physics just don't apply when it's its own creation acting on itself because it just doesn't know how it works. But let's do a proof of concept here. All right, so this spud gun is clearly on this creation. So if I shoot, oh, that works. That actually works really well too. Well, if it's not attached to the ground, how about now? Okay. This is interesting. All right, well, you know what? Let's build a boat. I have an idea on how to make this work, even if the paddle boat the concept doesn't work. But first, I've got to build a boat with a water wheel or a paddle at the back. All right, I'm not sure what material to build the paddle out of. The buoyancy of this is really high. I think it maybe not something not quite as buoyant as the tier 3 wood. So I'm gonna go with tier 1 wood. Okay, so there is our paddle, and I have it 3 wide, which means I can actually attach 3 spud guns to this thing. You know what's interesting about this is the recoil of the spud guns are actually gonna be going with the direction that the boat wants to go anyway. So even, oh, wait a minute. I just realized the direction of the paddle is going to go opposite of the direction we want to go. But I'm building it as the drawing told me to build it, okay? Like this, I am just following instructions. That's all I'm doing here. But technically, this paddle will be paddling us in the opposite direction unless the paddle is the front of the boat. Although the fact that the other side is the pointy end of the boat, I have some concerns. I think this boat is going to go in this direction because the recoil is just going to matter more than the spinning of this. But you know what? Let's just program this thing up and let's find out. All right, so now with the 3 spud guns, I can just have a constant stream pretty much of firepower here, which I think is going to work really, really well. All right, let's pop this thing in the water. Oh, I hope I float evenly. No. Oh, it's so bad. Oh. Wait, what? That was very weird. Good old scrap mechanic physics for you there. All right, well, let's just press the button and see what happens. Here we go. Holy cow, it is spinning so fast. But as I predicted, the recoil is what actually applies a force here. The spinning does not apply a force. It's spinning so fast that it just kind of looks like it's working. But it's really not working at all. All right, but I painted it up so we could better represent the drawing. I mean, look at that. Look at that comparison. This thing compared to the drawing. Let's get the top-down view too. I mean, I did 3 spud guns, but you know, I think it's close enough. And here we go. I'm really surprised at how much power those spud guns can translate into the spinning rotation. Too bad the spinning rotation is doing absolutely nothing to help us get through the water. It would be fighting against us. That would be an interesting experiment if Scrap Mechanic did actually have water physics where paddles mattered. How would this just completely cancel itself out? I mean, it would depend on how big the paddle was, I guess. It's kind of like we're blowing our own sails, pretty much. How viable is it to be putting the power into the thing where the recoil and the spinning are opposing forces? I don't know. Maybe one day Scrap Mechanic will give us that ability. But until then, we just have to pretend like this is working as intended. All right, well, I'm off on another mystery vacation, courtesy of It's Latomic Spud Gun powered boat this time. So I don't know where I'm going to be going after this video, but maybe if you subscribe, you can join me there. So let me know which one of these drawings was your favorite. Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this, you'll probably enjoy some more that you can find right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.